From South Carolina Public Radio, this is Who, What, When, an hour of history, games, and trivia. I'm Daniel Thompson.
And I'm Brandon Gray. We're turning the clocks back to the beginning of the century with an hour all about 2000s pop culture.
Coming up on this episode, we'll see how well you remember presidential quotes from the era and look at the websites we lost during the dot-com bust.
And if you'd like to join us for these games, all you got to do is call or text us. We would love to have you. 803-470-6347. That's 803-470-6347. You can also send an email to whowhatwhen@scpublicradio.org, and you can have a chance to take home the title of the Who What When Champ of the Week. But even more important than that special trophy, you know what I'm talking about, that Who What When fanny pack.
You said it, Bran, and I got to be honest, it's crazy to me to think that 25 years ago was the start of the 2000s.
I know exactly what you mean. It feels like it was just yesterday that we were all worried that our computers were going to stop working when we reached the Y2K. So much has happened since then. It's going to make your head spin.
And thank God the computers did continue to work.
They did continue to work.
Confirm
yes,
that.
we confirmed it.
A lot of stuff's happened since then, Bran. Yeah. The war in Iraq, the rise of social media, Facebook becoming big in the middle of the 2000s, George W. Bush and Barack Obama administrations, the introduction of the iPhone, the Great Recession because of the housing market collapse, the adoption of the euro as a major form of currency, and that was just in 10 years.
That's right. It's really just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the social, the political, the technological things that have happened. So many other changes have happened during the decade, not to mention, and I know you know this, but that's really the decade where I really came to age.
I can't believe it took you this long to mention it, Bran. I think you'll do well with today's game about pop culture in the 2000s. The aughts, some people are calling it.
I know the era very well, Dan, and to quote a certain Natasha Bedingfield, I'm ready to feel the rain on my skin.
No one else can feel it for you.
Today is where our book begins. The rest? It's still unwritten. And by that, I mean it's time to see how well our contestants do with today's games.
Glad you segued it in there somehow. Let's introduce them now, Bran. Caller number 1, tell us your name and where you're from.
Hey, my name is Meredith, and I'm calling from Richmond, Virginia.
Oh. Meredith from Richmond, Virginia.
How about that?
Meredith, do you have fond memories of the 2000s?
I do. Not to brag, I was alive during that time,
Okay.
and I was a carefree child for most of it. Great memories.
Meredith sounds like she's in your
golden
boat.
era of my life.
Golden era.
Are you fond of Miss Bedingfield and her classic songs?
I am, yeah. I love to feel the rain on my skin.
Oh, heck yeah, Meredith.
So you said golden era. Are things just not looking great now for you?
Oh, they're fine, but when you're almost 30, you just look at life differently.
Yeah,
100%.
you're almost 30.
100%.
Classic demographic that calls into this program. I'm 30.
I'm with Mary. I think I peaked at 7. It was good.
You peaked at 7. All right, let's see who Meredith is playing against this week. Caller number 2, what's your name? Where are you from?
Hey, good morning. Hey, my name's Lee, calling from Van Buren, Arkansas.
From Van Buren, Arkansas. Wow.
I think this is the first time we've had someone from Arkansas.
This is first Arkansas caller.
Arkansas for Who What When. It's also the first time I've ever talked to somebody from Arkansas my entire life.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You know that for a fact?
No.
Okay.
I feel pretty good about it, though.
Lee, how do you feel about the 2000s?
Pretty good. Yeah, I am slightly older than Meredith, so I was fully ensconced in work during the Y2K crisis. So, I'm ready.
Did you help prevent it?
Single-handedly, probably.
Single-handedly. How about that's pretty impressive. Yeah. Do you
not to brag?
Do you enjoy Miss Bedingfield?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Meredith should be.
She exists.
Meredith should be very, very scared. He did use the word ensconced.
Yeah.
And that's early on. That's early on.
That's an early on ensconced.
That's an early bird ensconced.
Yeah. Let's ring the sconce bell.
You can't even say the word right.
Ding dong.
All right, let's get to our first game. This is just some basic movie and song pop culture of the 2000s.
It's easy.
This is just to check your cred,
Yeah.
This is like to get in the door. You just need to know some of these titles, some movies and songs from the 2000s. Meredith, the first question is going to be yours. You ready to play here on Who What When?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
All right, here we go. The 2000s featured many football movies, but it's hard to forget this 2000 release featuring Denzel Washington as the coach of a Virginia area high school football team in 1971, as one of the last schools to integrate, resulting in high tension, higher stakes, and many an impassioned speech by Denzel Washington and Will Patton. Is it A, The Replacements, B, Friday Night Lights, or C, Remember the Titans?
This is a classic from my childhood. It's Remember the Titans.
It is Remember the Titans.
Strong
Meredith,
side, Mayor. Strong
left side, strong side, and also Virginia. She's from
Yes,
Virginia.
that
so
was a layup.
That was a layup.
That was a layup for
freebie for Mayor there early on. All right, Meredith's on the board. Lee, we're going to you for your first question. Movies and songs from the 2000s. Here we go. Alicia Keys was only 20 years old when she wrote this smash single from her debut album, Songs in A Minor, in 2001. Over the past quarter of a decade, she's done the opposite of its title, building an empire of soulful, inspiring work. Is it A, Fallen, B, A Girl on Fire, C, If I Ain't Got You?
I am familiar with who this is, but I'm pretty sure it's Falling. The clues you gave me.
He's pretty sure it's Fallen from the clues I gave him. He's listening intently. He's ensconced in this week's game, and he's correct.
Yes.
Lee.
And a fun fact about that album, every song is in A minor.
Wow.
I don't know if that's true.
There's no way.
I just think you can't name the album title of that though if it's not true. Songs and maybe it's not A minor, maybe it's a minor, and it could be in any minor key, not just A.
Could be coal miners. Could be.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah. Could be any kind.
Could be.
Bands notoriously always do the thing they name their album.
Let's see if Alicia calls and lets us know.
That's right.
The
Alicia,
phone line is open.
Alicia, if you want to call in.
Let's save one of the phone lines for Alicia
That's
Keys.
right. That's exactly right. All right, it's a tie ball game here. We're going back to Mayor. It's 1-1 here on Who What When. Your next question, Meredith. I think every precog predicted this 2002 sci-fi action movie would be a hit, as it was the first combination of one of our country's biggest hit filmmakers, Steven Spielberg, with one of our biggest blockbuster actors, Tom Cruise. Is that A, Minority Report, B, War of the Worlds, or C, Valkyrie?
Oh my. Okay. I'm pretty sure War of the Worlds was later, like 05.
All right.
And Minority Report just doesn't sound like a sci-fi movie in my brain, so I'm gonna go Valkyrie.
She's going to go Valkyrie, and she is incorrect.
Ooh.
Believe it or not, Meredith, Valkyrie is a World War II picture with Tom Cruise, not directed by Steven Spielberg.
Wow.
Minority Report.
I'm with Meredith though. It doesn't sound like
doesn't.
a sci-fi movie. I see how she got there.
Yeah, it
for
doesn't,
sure.
but it's a banger. You should check it out, Meredith. I mean, that's your homework now. I mean, obviously, after you finish.
Who directed
hopefully,
this? Steven
Spielberg.
Spielberg.
Yeah, he's an up-and-comer.
Interesting.
That's exactly right. All right, Lee.
I'll look into it.
You got a chance. You'll look into it.
I'll look
Good. Let me
into it.
report back.
Yeah.
Lee, you've got a chance to take an early lead here on Who, What, When. Your next question here, talking about movies and songs from the 2000s. The horror slasher Scream was a hit for Wes Craven in the 1990s. But in 2000, this parody of Scream and many other slashers did over double the business of that original hit.
Oh my gosh.
Is that A, ghost movie, B, killer movie, or C, scary movie?
So I am not a scary movie guy. I don't watch them. I've never seen Scream, but I'm going to guess it's C, a scary movie.
It is C, scary movie is correct. Can you believe it did double the amount of its the original?
I'm gonna have to take a day to kind of think through that. Can you imagine making a thing,
Creating
right?
art and then someone making
does a parody
Yeah.
and they do double the business.
Yeah, it would be like if Weird Al's songs did better numbers than Michael Jackson's
Yeah,
songs.
it'd be like if somebody, another state's public radio did where, how, and why.
Where, how,
and,
why. Yeah.
and it was just a knockoff of our show, and then they crush
And
it.
they crush it.
We're coming
don't
for
get
you.
any ideas out there, Arkansas Public Radio.
That's exactly right.
Exactly right.
We're coming
All right.
for you.
Lee's taking the early lead. We got a long way to go here. Talking about the 2000s. Meredith, the next question is yours. Boy band NSYNC took over in the 2000s, eclipsing the Backstreet Boys and many others, and their peak came in 2000 with this hit. And the title of the song also featured what leading man Justin Timberlake said to the rest of the band in 2002. A, tearing up my heart. B, bye, bye, bye. Or C, it's gonna be me.
Let's do that one more time.
It's gonna be me.
Sorry, go ahead, Mayor.
It's gotta be B. Bye, bye, bye.
It's gotta be
good.
B. Bye, bye, bye. Meredith is correct, and she's tied this thing up 2-2.
I'm being told by our producer we can't sing that anymore, else
That's right.
they will have to pay. So We're not doing it again.
We're gonna be paying.
Dang it. Well, there's nothing we can do now.
We'll
Sorry.
get there. Sorry,
Sean.
There's nothing we can do. It's executive produced by Sean,
Yes, sir.
Sean, who's footing the bill for this episode
That's right.
in its entirety.
That's right.
All right, Lee, it's a tie ball game. Back to you. Talking 2000s. Let's see what you got. The 90s and 2000s queen of pop Britney Spears had a hit, baby, one more time with this smash single in 2003, winning her a Grammy for Best Dance Recording and eclipsing sales from any of her previous singles. Is that A, Toxic, B, Lucky, or C, Oops, I Did It Again?
I have no idea. Honestly, I have no idea. I'm going to guess Oops, I Did It Again.
Oops, you missed it.
Oh, that was so mean.
Sorry. We can re-record it.
No, I mean, our hands are
Lee-
tied.
Oh, Lee, it's not Oops, I Did It Again. It is Toxic.
Ooh.
Can you believe Toxic a bigger hit than Baby One More Time? And
That's
Oops, I Did It
shocking
Again?
to me, but I will say there was a lot of. I remember vividly waking up. My mom was watching the Today Show as she did every morning, and there was a big controversy, as there was at this time with other artists like Eminem, where it was like we can't let our kids listen to this stuff.
Toxic.
And the Toxic thing was the music video because it was quite scandalous, and it was like we can't let your kids
can't.
see the Toxic, and that made kids be like, I should go seek out Toxic
immediately.
So
watch
Today's Show
Toxic.
didn't quite accomplish its goal, but I do recall that. And so maybe all that negative buzz
Yeah.
skyrocketed.
It's also
the
it's in
numbers.
the title, gang.
It's toxic.
You know what I mean? Like it's in the title.
It's toxic.
It's toxic.
Shout out
all right.
Today's Show.
Shout out.
Shout out Today's Show. Okay, Meredith, the door's back open. You got a chance to take the lead here. We're talking 2000s movies and
Yep.
pop hits. Here's your question. These fantasy movies based on novels from over 50 years prior cleaned up at the box office and was the precious of the Oscars, including the third and final film winning Best Picture in 2004. Is that A, Harry Potter, B, Lord of the Rings, or C, Chronicles of Narnia?
Another staple from my childhood and my entire life, Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings is correct.
I've been working on something. You want to hear it?
I would love to hear it.
When is my precious?
I hate it.
Can we keep that in?
Can we?
We'll
Yeah,
see in
we'll
the edit.
see in the edit.
That's a nice way to say no. I don't think it's going to make
that
it.
seems like it's going to make the podcast.
I think it's
is
gonna
what
make
it's
the
going to
podcast.
make.
The podcast is my precious.
I realize whoever wrote that question,
Yeah.
narrator, it was me. Was The Precious of the Oscars is a clue, but Precious also is a movie that was nominated at the Oscars. So it's not a great, it's a poorly written question is all I'm saying.
Well,
That's
we'll-
also will be on the podcast.
We'll get that back to the writers.
All right, Mary, you're in the lead. Lee from Arkansas, the first person Brains ever talked to from Arkansas.
Yep.
The next question is
I like
yours.
him so far.
Yeah, he seems like a good guy.
cool guy.
Here we go. No one was cool like Coldplay was cool in the 2000s.
Man, you said it.
And that included this 2008 reinvention that features Chris Martin living his best life, rhyming and singing with a string orchestra, timpani, and church bells, to name a few. Is that song A, Yellow, B, Viva La Vida, or C, Fix You?
I don't know why you keep giving me song questions. I love Yellow, though. I think that's the answer. Let's go Viva La Vida.
Let's go Viva La Vida, and he's correct.
I mean, he's close enough at the very least.
He's correct. Lee, I did say in the clue, living his best life, which Viva La Vida,
There, Loca.
live your life.
Oh.
Gotta,
Yes.
Different
La
artist.
Vida Loca. That's right.
Man.
You got it.
I'm going to go listen to some Coldplay.
Yeah, you love a Coldplay.
I love
I could
a
see you having
Coldplay.
going to church there when I talked about 2000s Coldplay.
Yeah.
All
There's
right.
something about it.
It's a tie ball game. We got 2 questions left. One's a song, one's a movie. For once, Meredith is going to get the song.
Okay.
And that way Lee can go back to the movies and maybe he can have some redemption there. But
Okay.
it's tied up.
I like that.
Meredith, your last question of the round. Pop punksters Green Day penned a post 9/11 opus of an album in 2004. It featured numerous hits, but none were bigger than this ballad featuring lead singer Billy Joe Armstrong, Walking a Lonely Road, and peaking at number 2 on the Billboard Top 100. Is that A, American Idiot, B, Jesus of Suburbia, or C, Boulevard of Broken Dreams?
Oh my.
Not a
Wow.
staple of your childhood.
No. I mean, okay, so American Idiot is a song of theirs, but I think I've heard it and it is not a ballad. Boulevard of Broken Dreams is a song, but I don't think it's a Green Day song unless they stole the title. So, Jesus of Suburbia?
She's going Jesus of Suburbia, which is a Green Day song, but it is not the track we're looking for. We're looking for Boulevard of Broken Dreams. And Meredith is here to report some news that they have stolen
They've stolen the title.
that title from someone else.
We'll make sure that gets to Billy Joe and
Stop
and the
the
gang.
printers. That's right.
That's tough. I remember
tough.
vividly. I don't think my parents would have been very fond of me listening to American Idiot at the time. So I illegally downloaded it on LimeWire. Shout out. And listened to it while I rode my bike around Hickory Hills in Titusville, Florida. Shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out to Hickory Hills. Shout out to Titusville.
And
shout
man,
out to
did
LimeWire.
did I feel awesome?
You felt great.
Man.
All right. Well, I don't know if you hear that sound. That's the door creaking open for Lee. We got to get that door fixed. It is still, the door's not even moving. How's it still creaking? We got to get it fixed. I think it's done.
We're
now.
working on it.
Lee, you got a chance to take the lead in the final question of the segment, talking movies and pop hits of the 2000s. Here's your last question. Before Marvel had its cinematic universe in 2008, Hasbro owned the box office in 2007 thanks to this Michael Bay directed film starring Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox and a whole lot of shape-shifting metal. Is that A, District 9, B, Transformers, or C, WALL-E?
Transformers, no question.
Transformers is correct, and that will wrap up this round of 2000s trivia.
How about that?
This is Who, What, When. I'm Daniel Thompson here with my good buddy Brandon Gray. Thanks for joining us for this blinged out episode about pop culture from the 2000s.
Our contestants Meredith from Virginia and Lee from Arkansas are competing for the title of Who, What, When Champion of the Week. Coming up after this break, we'll see how well they remember presidential quotes from the era.
That's next, right here on Who, What, When. Welcome back to Who, What, When, an hour of history, games, and trivia from South Carolina Public Radio. I'm Daniel Thompson here with my pal Brandon Gray, and
Hello.
we're traveling back a couple of decades with quizzes all about 2000s pop culture.
Yes, we are.
Before we get back to our games, a quick reminder that you can be a contestant on a future episode of Who, What, When. All you gotta do is call or text us. It's simple. 803-470-6347, or you can send us an email to whowhatwhen@stpublicradio.org.
What part of the 2000s was the robot?
I was just trying to think.
Our contestants, Lee from Arkansas and Meredith from Virginia, are still on the line from our first segment. The winner of this second round will move on for a chance to win our prize, that sweet, sweet Who, What, When fanny pack.
Yeah, we're going to see who comes out on top after this game. It's one that we're calling Pick a Prez.
Brand, I got a little quiz for you. How many U.S. presidents did we have during the first decade of this century?
There's one. We're going to go with 3.
That's correct.
Yes.
We usually think of just George W. Bush and Barack Obama during this time. Bill Clinton was actually still president until January of 2001. And that will be important to remember in this game, where Brand is going to give dramatic readings of quotes from these 3 presidents of the 2000s. Lee and Meredith, you'll have to tell us which prez said the quote.
And to add a little extra wrinkle here, we love wrinkles. These quotes don't all necessarily come from each president's time in office. There might be some quotes that come from before or after they were elected presidents, but all of these quotes do come from the period of 2000 to 2009.
You said it, Brand, so make sure you use your context clues for this one. Meredith, first quote's for you. Are you ready to pick a prez?
I'm ready.
All right, Brand, take it away.
I'm amazed that there is such misunderstanding of what our country is about, that people would hate us. I'm like most Americans, I just can't believe it because I know how good we are. And we've got to do a better job of making our case. We've got to do a better job of explaining to the people of the Middle East, for example, that we don't fight a war against Islam or Muslims. We don't hold any religion accountable. We're fighting evil.
I thought you were doing a Bill Clinton impression when you started that, and I was like, this is a weird thing to do.
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
You're going to do an impression
not
of all
going
the
to be
wrong
the
one.
one.
That's
No,
right.
I was just doing a little bit of a voice there.
That's right.
It was a choice.
All right. Yeah. Meredith, Is that Clinton, Bush, or Obama?
I'm going to guess Bush.
She's going to guess George W. Bush, and she is correct.
That's good. That was a good guess.
That is George W. Bush in October of 2001. Lee, it's a tie ball game. The board is yours. Pick a prez. Brand, take it away.
Let me tell you what the facts are. Now, we had a hard time getting those facts into these debates because they're so inconvenient for the other side. And I admire that about the Republicans. The evidence does not faze them. They are not bothered at all by the facts. And you've got to kind of give it to them. That's what they're known for.
Lee, what do you think? Is that Clinton, Bush, or Obama?
Well, obviously not Bush.
Okay.
Yep.
So,
What if it was, though?
well, let's don't put it past him, but I'm going to go Obama.
He's going to go Obama, and he's incorrect.
Oh.
This is a sneaky one. Bill Clinton said this in October of 2000.
Wow.
After one of the debates between Al Gore and George W. Bush, those
Wow.
famous debates with the lockbox and strategery.
Yeah.
That is when Bill Clinton said this. That was a tricky one, but because you could eliminate one immediately.
A tricky
but you
one for Tricky Dick.
Tricky Dick. Nope. None of those. No, wrong president, wrong era, wrong decade, wrong everything. All right, Mayor. Meredith from Virginia, talking 2000s, tie ball game, chance to take a lead here on Pick a Prez. Brand, take it away.
Well, I don't oppose all wars. What I am opposed to is a dumb war. What I am opposed to is a rash war. What I'm opposed to is the cynical attempt by armchair weekend warriors in this administration to shove their own ideology agendas down our throats, irrespective of the costs in lives lost and in hardships borne.
Wow, you were fire and brimstone there.
Sorry, everybody.
Also, it
away
is,
from me.
it was ideological. Yeah, but that's fine. Meredith?
That's a 5.
Is
That's
that
a 5-point word.
Clinton, Bush, or Obama?
Wow, that was fiery.
Yeah.
That's tricky. I'm gonna guess Obama.
She's going to guess Obama, and she's going to be right.
Wow.
Barack Obama in 2002, I believe on the Senate floor, talking about the war in Iraq or the proposed war in
A
Iraq.
little baby Barack Obama.
Baby Barack. That's exactly right. Okay, Mayor's got the lead. It's Lee's board. 1 point game right now.
Yep.
Pick a prez. Is it Clinton, Bush, or Obama? All quotes from the 2000s. Brand, take it away.
A preemptive action today, however well justified, may come back with unwelcome consequences in the future. And because I've done this, I've ordered these kind of actions. I don't care how precise your bombs and your weapons are. When you set them off, innocent people will die.
Lee, Clinton, Bush, or Obama?
Honestly, no idea. So he's done this before. Let's say it's Bush.
Yeah, you were kind of in between Bush and Clinton there. I've tried to make these quotes to where you can narrow it down. The giveaway for me was he cared about how precise the bombs were. We're looking for Bill Clinton.
Okay.
We're looking for Bill Clinton. Another tricky one. Lee got two tricky ones in a row. That was a tough one.
That was a tough one.
That was a tough one. Meredith?
But hey,
Impact is fading from my grasp.
we never said that.
it's
We never
one.
said pick a prez would be easy.
we never
it
said
would be
pick a
walk
press.
in
We
the
never
park.
promised an easy pick a press.
No.
That's right.
But I'll say this, the rest of this game so far, the rest of this game is unwritten.
It's unwritten. You're right.
anything
the
could happen.
questions are written.
Right, but we don't know.
We don't know what's going to happen.
Come
It's
on, just let
anybody's
me
game.
have this one.
Meredith, we're talking 2000s, a chance to take a commanding lead. Pick a prez. Brand, read it.
We can do better in Washington, D.C. We can have new leadership in Washington, D.C., leadership that will lift this country's spirits and raise our sights. Just because the White House has let us down in the past, that doesn't mean it's going to happen in the future.
Meredith.
Okay,
It was inspirational.
brought a little tear to my eye. You know what? Let's just go with Obama, just for kicks.
You're going to go with Obama.
Just for kicks.
Just for kicks. Another tricky one because this is something Obama would have said. It's George W. Bush.
Wow.
In a campaign speech or a debate or something from September of 2000 talking about the former administration, which
Right.
actually, Mayor, all of these would have been talking about a different administration. So Obama made sense there. Another tricky one. We never promised pick a prez was going to be
We
easy.
never said that. The rest is still unwritten.
The rest is still unwritten. And Lee, the game is back to you. The fanny pack's still within your grasp here on Pick a Prez. Bran, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
And I think America, if we're ever going to truly defeat terror without changing the character of our own country or compromising the future of our children, has got to not only say, okay, I want to shoulder the responsibilities, but also I want to create my share of opportunities.
All right, Lee, is it Clinton, Bush, or Obama?
Well, again, I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm going to process of elimination just because we've had all the other ones mentioned. I'm going to say Obama again.
He's going to say Obama. He's incorrect. We're looking for Bill Clinton in May of 2004. Starting to think this game was too tough.
This is tough.
It was tough.
In our defense, we
never
said
promised Pick a Prez was going to be easy.
We never
didn't
said
do
that.
it.
No.
We didn't say it.
that.
And it's a good thing we didn't, or we'd have egg on our face right now.
We don't want any egg on our face. You don't even like eggs.
I hate them.
You hate them. The thought of them.
Here we go. Meredith, here's your chance. Right here, Pick a Prez, 2-point lead. If you get it right, Bran, take it away.
I'm not so sure the role of the United States is to go around the world and say, this is the way it's got to be. We can help. And maybe it's just our difference in government, the way that we view government. I want to empower the people. I want to help people help themselves, not the government tell people what to do. I just don't think it's the role of the United States to walk into every country and say, we do it this way, so should you.
What a reading.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And the options here is
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton is George W. Bush.
W.
And then
Barack Obama. That's right.
Okay, let's go with those three.
All right,
Pick a
Meredith.
press.
Yeah, I'm definitely leaning toward either Clinton or Obama, and I'm going to go Obama.
She's going to go Obama. Obama's been picked 3 times in a row, and it's wrong 3 times in a row. And I will say this. Those are all tricky. The last 3 not as tricky, so it should be fun. Meredith, shocking to every ear listening right now, that is George W. Bush. George W. Bush said that a month before he became president. It is, I don't think it's the role of the United States to walk into a country and say, we do it this way, so should you. George W. Bush from Texas, October of 2000. This is real talk. It's real history, I promise. So, Lee, you got an opportunity here to tie it up and make things interesting.
Another opportunity.
We're picking a Prez. We never promised it would be easy. It hasn't been. Bran, take it away.
For many months, we've been teased, even derided for talking about hope. But we always knew that hope is not blind optimism. It's not ignoring the enormity of the tasks ahead or the roadblocks that stand in our path. It's not sitting on the sidelines or shrinking from a fight. Hope is that thing inside of us that insists, despite all the evidence to the contrary, that something better awaits us if we have the courage to reach for it and to work for it and to fight for it.
Lee, Clinton, Bush, Obama.
Well, just based on the fact that we've chosen Obama so many times and it's been wrong, I'm thinking this might be Obama. And also, you said hope a lot, which he did campaign on that. I remember the posters.
Yep.
So I'm going to say Obama again.
We have guessed Obama 4 times in a row.
When in doubt, guess Obama.
I will say this: the best option is them getting them all right. The next best option is attributing 4 straight quotes to Barack Obama, with 3 of them being wrong. I think that is peak this game. Lee is correct. He is correct, and he has tied the game.
And I don't want to brag at all, but it was like Barack Obama was in the studio.
It really was, especially when you said shrinking instead of shirking.
Well, that's tough.
The best is when you looked at it and said shrinking. Yeah. Sean back there went, so close.
Well, we'll fix it in post.
Yeah, we'll fix it in post. Lee, that is correct. It's coming down to the wire here. We got a few questions left. Meredith, your last question of the second round here on Pick a Prez, a game we never promised would be easy. Meredith, here it is. Bran, take it away.
I just want to reassure the American people that the full resources of the federal government are working to assist local authorities to save lives and to help the victims. Make no mistake, the United States will hunt down and punish those responsible for these cowardly acts.
All right. That was quite a read. Meredith, did you get all that?
Yes.
All right. What do you think?
Okay. Oh boy, the most obvious answer to me seems to be Bush, and I'm afraid that it's not, but I gotta go with my gut, and my gut says Bush.
Your gut is correct. It is George W. Bush.
That's big.
Shortly
big.
after 9/11. All right, Lee.
This is big.
This is huge. I can tell you right now, the last game we were playing, I thought was the hard one.
Oh.
So it's legitimately hard, the last one is. And if you get this right, we're going to let you both go.
Wow.
For the last one. We're going to let you both go for the fanny pack.
2 for Fanny.
It's all right here on Pick a Prez. Last question of the second round for all the marbles to see who goes to play for that fanny pack. Brand, take it away.
We remain a young nation, but in the words of Scripture, the time has come to set aside childish things. The time has come to reaffirm our enduring spirit, to choose our better history, to carry forward that precious gift, that noble idea passed on from generation to generation. The God-given promise that all are equal, all are free, and all deserve a chance to pursue their full measure of happiness.
Here we go. Lee, Clinton, Bush, or Obama?
It's a whole ball game right here, Lee.
Whole ball game. 1 Corinthians. Let's see. You threw in a precious there, so I don't know if that's a clue, but I honestly don't know. Let's say Clinton.
He's saying Bill Clinton. He's incorrect. We were looking for Barack Obama.
Oh, Lee.
Barack Obama.
I never guessed him.
Lee, that is Barack Obama, January of 2009. I believe this is his inaugural address.
Wow.
In 2009. Lee, this was a tough category. You got some really tricky ones. A tough game. A great competitor. You came up 1 question short here on Who What When, but thanks for joining us this week. And Meredith, congratulations. You're the champion this week, and you get to move on to an even harder game to try to win that fanny pack.
This is Who What When. I'm Brandon Gray here with my buddy Daniel Thompson, and this week we're covering the pop culture of the 2000s. And Dan, I can't believe some of the things that we're talking about are already 20 years old.
Yeah, Brandon, we're officially old because we're both the same age. And while that might not be good news, the great news is that our contestant Meredith is heading to our final round today.
And that and more is coming up right after this break here on Who What When.
Welcome back to Who What When, an hour of history, games, and trivia from South Carolina Public Radio. I'm Daniel Thompson here with my best buddy Brandon Gray, and today we're talking all about the 2000s, Brandon.
That's right, the new millennium, or as I like to call it, the Willennium.
Oh, we all do.
And look, I know what you're saying, listener. You're like, dear Brand, what are you talking about? Don't you know that the Willennium, the second studio album from American actor, rapper Will Smith, came out in 1999? Of course I do. But boy, oh boy, did we ever ride those Will 2K vibes straight through the early 2000s. I know I did.
Thanks for correcting yourself there, Brand. I'm
Well, I
glad
just
you
wanted to
brought
get ahead
up,
of it.
I'm glad you brought up the early 2000s
Yes.
vibes, because before we get back to our quizzing, I thought it'd be fun to invite our buddy, our producer, A.T. Shire, to come on in and take a big-time vibe check with us.
Well, to be honest, I had way more Will 2K facts in the chamber ready to go. Apparently, you don't want those. You're too good for Will Smith.
I'm not.
Well, that's what it seems like.
I'm here to get jiggy with it.
Keep his name out of your mouth. Let's welcome AT.
Hey, thank you guys. Brandon, I think I'm with you. Dan doesn't seem wild or west.
No, he does
Unbelievable.
not.
It's unbelievable.
But thanks for having me. Always a pleasure. For this segment, this scientific check of the vibes, we're going to play a game we're calling 2000 and Great or 2000 and Late. Shout out Black Eyed Peas.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Where my Fergie freaks at.
Fergalicious.
Now, for this game, I'm going to be asking the both of you in your official capacities to rule on things from the early 2000s. The greatest academic minds have been cooking up this list for each topic. If you think it's got it going on like Stacy's mom, you're going to hit me with a 2000 and Great. Okay?
Yeah.
If you don't like it and it makes you feel like a bird and want to fly away, You'll hit me with a 2000 and late. Are we ready?
I think you and I are more qualified to do this than any two people on planet Earth.
I don't disagree. At the very least, the most qualified of anybody on SC Public Radio.
I would say this: Wally Edge being a close third.
Yeah,
that's right. I would love to hear.
What people don't know about him is he loves Will
He's
Smith.
a big 2000s. He's a big Millennium head.
First one. How do you feel? Is it 2000 great, 2000 late? The death of CDs, rise of downloadable music.
It's 2000 and great for me.
Yeah.
It's 2000 and great.
Listen,
for me.
I'm not going to say how many albums I downloaded on LimeWire, but in fear of the Fed showing up, I don't know what the statutes of limitations are when it comes to downloading MP3s.
Even statutes of limitations.
I don't want any part of it.
They're building statues of them.
They're building statues. I don't want it, but just know that it's a lot. And I apologize to the artists.
I personally loved carrying around my 112 CDs.
The book of CDs.
All times, yeah.
Now, did you categorize them? Did you do alphabetical?
Of course. I did it by genre.
Oh,
Genre,
okay,
that sounds
interesting.
like you.
Genre, yeah.
Genre and alphabetical, or just
No,
genre?
genre
You
and
didn't
then
care.
double down.
favorites.
Okay, and then favorites.
So I never illegally downloaded an album ever. I didn't care.
You agreed with Lars Ulrich.
No,
You're a
didn't-
big Lars guy.
I didn't care. I didn't care.
What do you mean you didn't care?
I didn't care one way or the other.
You can
about
have
it.
any song you want to.
But I just am. You guys are bigger music fans than me. It wasn't high up on my list.
Man.
I am very much for efficiency, and carrying around a book of compact discs, not efficient. So give me the downloadable music.
I will say there is something to be said about the beauty of like the 6 CD changer and knowing which CD is which and being like, hey, can we switch it to the 3rd CD?
Yeah.
Track 5. Let's go ahead and get it where
Let's
we
get
need to
that
go.
going.
Love that. Okay, next up, peak American Idol. We're talking Simon, we're talking Randy, we're
Yeah.
talking Paula,
Yeah.
Ruben Studdard, Clay Aiken, Justin DeKelly. How do you guys feel about it?
I mean, at the time, I was a 2000s and great. I loved that program. And I
Let's
think,
call it the feelings of that at that time then.
Yeah, and I think as an aspiring artist myself at the time, I saw, Justin up there doing his thing and being like, that could be me.
That could be you.
And that feeling of an average American boy just being like, I can do anything. I could sign up for American Idol and have Simon tell me that I'm good. It gave me hope.
Looking like a fool with your pants on the ground.
Yeah.
I am also going to say 2000 and great. I think I only ever watched 2 seasons of American Idol.
Yeah.
The first 2.
First two.
Everything
First 2.
you mentioned about
That's what
this
you know.
is the vibe check were the first 2 seasons of American Idol the best thing on television?
hit.
They hit.
They hit.
That's exactly right.
It's a yes for me, dog.
Dude, yeah,
it's a yes for me, dog.
Ruben stuttered. I mean, the whole everybody just went Ruben.
It swept the nation.
It's the nation.
I'm sorry for 2004.
I'm sorry for 2004.
I don't know what to tell you.
He's. I think his one of his singles was "Flying Without Wings," which
Shout
it
out
beat out.
Ruben.
Yeah, it beat out.
Yeah, shout out Ruben, dude.
Shout out Ruben.
Shout out.
I'm going 2000 great. I love it.
2000 and great. Got to.
Next up, Von Dutch trucker hats.
2000 and late. I mean, you have to blink. 2000 and late. A hard no. You wore them. I know you did. Don't know how you didn't wear. You wore them.
Brand's got something cooking right
here's
now.
the thing. It's not from a lack of trying on my part to wear them. You know this about me. I have
Ginormous
what
head.
some might call an abnormally large,
A medically large head. Yeah.
doctors are studying it, and hats are tough for me, and so I could never rock them. But I did see them and go, man, I wish I could.
Next up, Ed Hardy shirts.
It's a 2000s and late for me. It wasn't my vibe, and so I never quite got it.
I never wore one.
Sounds like you wanted one.
I think it could be a vibe that you could have done in the early 2000s.
But should
I'm
you
gonna-
have?
I'm going to still say 2000 and late. I'm on the fence on this one because unlike the trucker hat, which was just an abomination, this was something that I knew people that wore that weren't awful.
I'm seeing you in a new light, Dan.
Yeah.
Next up, let's see about this one. 3 pop collared shirts at the same time.
Oh my gosh.
Here's the thing.
Oh my gosh.
Did I think that it looked kind of neat sometimes? Sure.
course you did.
But it's too many shirts.
Too many shirts.
Too many shirts.
You're sweating through
and
18 a day.
Listen, I grew up in Florida. and that's too many shirts. I wouldn't have been able to breathe.
Okay,
so I would never do it. 2000
just
late
the
for me.
math of it.
Yeah, just the math of
You could have said pop collar, and I would have said 2000 and late.
But people still pop their
That's
collars.
right. That's right. They do. I'm just out on a pop collar altogether. I'm out on it altogether, and so it's 2000 late for me.
All right, next up, puka shells.
Oh my God.
Puka shell necklaces.
I hate it. I hate it.
I actually agree with Dan on this one.
I hate it. It's 2000 late.
I love seeing you guys come together. Like
Yeah,
this.
we're really agreeing a lot here.
Let's see. Frosted tips.
I mean, listen, once again, not something that was happening for me.
What were your tips like in
But
the early
the
2000s?
the vibes of early 2000s, you have to say 2000 great. You have to say 2000 and great for frosted tips, in my opinion.
My dad said no, so I couldn't do it, and I was so mad because Brandon Kaiser down the street, he had them.
Other Brandon?
Other Brandon. He was so much cooler than me, and by cooler I mean he was a bully, and he had the
Brandon.
frosted tips,
yeah.
and I was so mad all the time because I just wanted to be like Brandon Kaiser. He had a trampoline.
Wow.
Next up, Axe body spray.
I'm out on the
Hard
Axe.
out.
I never got into it. I never got into it at all. It was too, and then I think part of it was the attack that would happen in the boys' locker
was the
room.
worst. It was the absolute worst.
Any hope that I had of the Axe body spray went out the window when Brandon Kaiser came over and went nuts on me with the Axe body spray.
Second mention, Brandon Kaiser.
2000 and late for sure. The headache
I forgot
from
we're
the
doing
aerosol
that bit.
spray.
Yeah, 2008 for me. In case this
unbelievable.
wasn't clear.
Next up, Heelys. Heelys.
Oh my gosh. 2000s are great. Are you kidding me right now? You're telling me that I can just rollerblade without taking my shoes off anytime I want to? I can just glide along. Amazing invention.
You see the kid in the mall for the first time gliding.
The difference is in 2000, Bram was 8 and I was 17. Because I'm telling you, if you're old enough to drive a car, I would rather you have a Von Dutch trucker hat on with a puka shell necklace and a Hardy t-shirt than wear Heelys. Absolutely 2000.
My dad also said no to those. They were too expensive.
All right, next up, TV shows with 24 episodes a season that released a new season every single year.
I am so mixed on this. I want one or two of these in my TV watching rotation every year. I prefer the 8 to 10 episode prestige drama or 8 to 10 episode comedy series, but I want one or two 24 episode, whatever. If it's the show 24, if it's a procedural like CSI, I want that in the rotation, but I prefer what we do now. So I guess on the cards, I'm going to have to say 2000 late, but I do miss some of it. I miss some of it.
Wow.
There's some part of it that really works that I do miss. I don't want it all the time, though. Some shows are a disaster if they're 24 episodes a season.
You like the Stranger Things kids being 30 years old?
I think the Stranger Things is a disaster all the way across the board.
That's every show.
No, they're not waiting 18 months and releasing movie-long episodes. And no, I think most shows can go on a normal production schedule and just release 8 to 10.
Bran, what are you thinking?
I struggle with it because I
you
do
lose
think
interest.
I do think by and large 24 is too many, and you get 3 to 5 real stingers in there. But
More than that.
More.
5
Yeah.
to 9.
Yeah, filler, pure filler.
you know when they hit 24.
Lost.
But I remember the
rules.
episode with Hurley in the van out there and they're
Yeah.
cracking Dharma
Yeah.
beers and you're
Yeah.
like, that was a waste
You
of
wasted my time.
everyone's time.
Yeah, if we didn't have 24 episodes, we wouldn't have to do this. So
right.
I'm gonna go 2000s and late on this
Yeah.
one. I have come back
surprised.
around to to kind of enjoying weekly television instead of the binge. I've come back to that, but I don't think we need 24 of
I'm down
of
for
any-
weekly television. But my wife and I usually have 6 or 7 shows. We have to watch them all in a week and then we go to the next week. I just don't want, I think in most cases, 24 episodes is a mistake.
Next up, the Limp Bizkit Mission Impossible theme.
Oh, thanks for bringing this up. I hate it. I hate it so much.
Bran hates it more than anyone hates anything.
Here's the thing about it. Here's the thing
It's a
about
time capsule.
Here's the thing about it, AT. Can you imagine pulling up the newest Star Wars movie and they've let Linkin Park take a stab at John
Skrillex.
Williams?
You know what? I kind of can. I kind of can.
You wouldn't do it. It's a masterpiece of a theme song. You don't mess with it.
It's a
2000s and late
it's
for
late
Bran.
for you.
It's also a late for me, but if we're talking about so bad it's funny, then it's great.
All right, next is pre-online meme quoting Anchorman lines with your friends.
Oh, 2000 great.
Yeah, 2000 great.
I know I was the worst. I know I was the worst about it, and I stand by it. I was in college. We literally would sit around a room and just quote Anchorman.
It was the best of times.
It was World Series of Poker on the television, and we were quoting Anchorman like none of us had ever seen it or had just seen it.
Yeah.
And we had nothing else to do. And then the DVD came out, and we bought it, and we watched it, and we quoted through it, and then we'd quote it. We had poker night, and we'd quote it during poker night. We would quote it. We would order the 555 from Domino's, and we would quote it.
You're just describing a night that can't happen anymore.
That's right.
I like to say that this also goes along with just remembering some guys and just naming sports players.
Yeah.
Don't act like you're not impressed.
We don't quote movies today like we used to.
No.
Like
man.
it was a wonder. Like for me and my friends, it was Napoleon Dynamite.
Ugh. Sure.
I know you love it, Dan.
Ugh.
And so yeah, this is 2000 great. Let's bring it back. Let's stop making so much stuff and just start making good stuff that we can quote again.
It was such
I
a
can't get in
product
trouble for this.
of how old I was. When Wedding Crashers came out, we were so desperate to quote it like Anchorman. We tried so hard, and it just didn't. Wedding Crashers is a fine movie.
Sure.
It didn't play. It didn't play like Anchorman.
It didn't have the
played.
juice.
No, you had to
Didn't
go
have the
back to
juice.
Anchorman.
Yeah. All right, next is nerds going mainstream. We have Lord of the Rings. We
Yeah,
have the
yeah.
start of comic book movies. Nerds aren't nerds anymore.
Are we doing this as the vibe of that time, or what?
Are you happy that it happened?
No, 2000 and absolute late. I was happy at the time because it was cool to see a $300 million Lord of the Rings. But what it has begat over the last 25 years,
Spaghetted so much.
brutal.
As a big Lord of the Rings boy, I think I agree with you on this one.
Brutal.
Yeah. I wish that was
Brutal.
still just mine, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not a Lord of the Rings guy. I find them boring. I'm sorry, everybody. Don't get mad at me.
He has no feelings.
I have
Brandon
no
Kaiser
feelings.
loved him.
Brandon Kaiser, no. Brandon Kaiser.
I like that, Brandon.
Maybe, well,
Yeah,
no,
he seems
maybe
like a
that's
good
why I
guy.
didn't like him, because Brandon Kaiser was with me on this one, and maybe I just wanted to be like him. He showed me Waterboy, though. So,
Okay.
shout out Brandon Kaiser.
Shout out.
Okay, next up is ignoring warning signs and critiques of a potential tomorrow, thinking it was just a fun little movie. We're talking Idiocracy, Wall-E, V for Vendetta, Children of Men, Team America World Police.
It is so, those are almost all of those movies are excellent. Not like just
Amazing
good.
movies.
Wowie!
I was teeing you up for your Wall-E impression.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know I love doing it.
I know
Those
you
movies
do.
all rule. So 2000 and great. Those movies all being accurate, 2000 and never.
All right, next is I don't know if you guys might be the worst ages for this.
Okay.
But learning to code to put a song on your MySpace page.
I'm the perfect age
Yeah,
for this.
yeah,
Thank
that's
you very
all
much.
Graham's. Yeah.
I miss this so much.
2008.
The high that you
Super
get,
inefficient.
the high you get when you finish coding your new background.
Nobody cares.
I'm still chasing it.
Nobody cares.
I'm still,
Obviously, he was in no one's
Yeah.
top 8.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, you are no one's top 8.
Nobody cares.
Everyone cares.
What was your
Nobody
song,
cares.
Bran?
I mean, it changed all the time,
Yeah.
but it was
Your go-to.
I was usually the Rocket Summer.
You're so cool.
Kind of guy.
Okay.
And my background was just it changed, but it a lot of Christmas themed stuff. I was Christmas guy. I don't know what to tell you.
I was neon green, and my song was Inertiatic ESP by Mars Volta.
Ooh,
You guys
boy.
are the coolest two people I know.
Thank you very much. Next up, Mango Sour Altoids.
Hard yes.
I don't.
2000 and abso-effing-lutely.
Wow. I don't know if I've experienced
Dude,
this, guys. I'm sorry.
bring it back right this second.
Look it up.
I'll pay you $10 for a 10 right now.
Why'd they get rid of them if they're so good?
No one knows.
We were
Mango
ready.
what?
Mango Sour
Sour
Altoids.
Altoids.
You're going to see it and have a sense memory.
It's fantastic.
No, I don't recall these.
Get the other Brandon.
Yeah, get Brandon Kaiser in here right now.
He loved them.
Next, the end of unavailability.
Oh, yeah.
We had no smartphones.
Oh, yeah.
The end of it is 2000 and late.
Yes.
I love what I can do with my smartphone, and it's a trade I think I still would make. But the idea that you couldn't be reached.
Yes.
Like I was working.
I love that.
Bram was still in middle and high school. I was working a job, and when I went home, I didn't have a laptop. I didn't have Wi-Fi. I didn't have
You just said Anchorman.
I had a
quotes.
cell phone that with I was just sitting around drinking a tall boy, quoting Anchorman and watching the World Series of Poker, and there's nothing you could do about it.
Sucking on Altoids.
That's right.
Sour mango.
I was a 22-year-old living my best life.
Yeah.
All right, next is printing out directions from MapQuest.
No,
Too late. This is the
So
worst.
late.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
It's a bad one.
Yeah,
I
it's a
don't-
real bad
It's
one.
a bad one.
My dad continued to do this for way too long.
Yeah, everyone's dead. Everyone's
way
dead.
too long.
Having atlases in the car.
Oh, phenomenal. And by phenomenal, I mean ridiculous.
Yeah, just terrible.
Next is the advent of online gaming. We're talking Snood, Newgrounds, Flash games.
I don't care.
Love a Flash game.
I figured you would.
Yeah, bro.
Figured you would.
I'd go into the Yahoo games. I'd play some pool. Ask some grown man their ASL and get out of there. Maybe find a wife. You know what I mean?
Possibilities were endless.
It really was.
Yeah. Flash games.
I'm taking them.
Next is the slow death of Blockbuster.
Oh, the death is 2000 and late.
It's 2000.
Blockbuster is 2000 and great.
I don't.
A Blockbuster date night, Blockbuster
Listen,
night with your friends.
There's nothing better.
Anybody who hasn't done it has not lived until you walked in with pure expectation of joy of all picking a movie you all wanted and walking out and leaving with just a trash movie because no one could agree and the new release was all out.
My
It's just a
favorite
classic.
was hiding one.
Yeah.
I loved hiding one.
You gotta hide
Maybe
one.
I want this
Yeah,
one. I'm
hide
going to
one.
hide
Or you
it.
leave it as a treat for somebody else who thought they
I
were all
also
gone.
loved the concession options at checkout.
the
Hell yeah.
popcorn,
the Jiffy
candy.
Pop.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
It was a glorious thing.
Man.
We've lost a beautiful
I don't know
creature.
how you bring it back.
There's no way to do it, and I love it so much.
The last one here. The sun setting on the era of Big Slime. Nickelodeon Studios closed April 30th, 2005. Blue Man Group took it over.
I mean,
I
Brand's
know
going to
it
have
well.
a lot to say. I'll just say, obviously, upsetting that closed down.
I grew up in Florida. I went to Universal Studios a bit, and to go and get to see where like Slime Time Live you get the slime fountain out there. You got the sound stage.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
And Eden. It's been
It's a
stolen from
safe
us.
space for kids.
What they've taken from us. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Yeah, amazing time. And there is nothing better. There are no better game shows out there than the Nickelodeon game shows.
What would you do? And you'd see the Nickelodeon studio at the end of every single one.
Oh, amazing.
It was amazing. Well, this has been amazing. I'm going to call this 2000 and great. Thank you, guys.
I'm calling you
love it.
2000s and great.
This is Who What When. I'm Daniel Thompson here with my co-host and good buddy Brandon Gray. Thanks for joining us for this episode all about 2000s pop culture.
And before we get to our final game today, we want to remind you that you, yes, you, Janice, could be a part of a future episode of the show. All you got to do is call or text us. Either one works. 803-470-6347, or you can send us an email, whowhatwhen@scpublicradio.org.
Sorry for coming on so strong, Janice. We just really want you a part of the show.
We really want Janice.
Currently, our contestant Meredith from Virginia made it through the first two rounds to become the Who What When champion of the week this week. She now has a shot at the weekly prize above all other weekly prizes, the illustrious Who What When fanny pack.
Oh my gosh. Meredith, how are you feeling?
I feel, I feel a little bit humbled by the last game, so I'm ready, but I'm not overconfident.
Yeah, I get that, Meredith. But I will say this. This is a big opportunity for you to leave your, 70-year-old self in the dust. It's no longer your best years were behind you.
That's right. This is the
This is
new
it.
golden era of Meredith from Virginia.
Starts right now.
Starts right now.
Starts right
That's
now.
right.
That's pretty exciting.
And what better way to close out this episode about the 2000s than with a game about the dot-com bust?
Oh, we're taking a trip down the information superhighway.
We sure are, buddy. In the late 1990s, and you know this well, the internet became such a big deal that a lot of companies started online businesses, and there was an influx of money and investment in these companies in what was called the dot-com boom. Well, If you know there's a boom, you also know there's a bust. While they saw a lot of positive responses at first, many of these online businesses tried to expand a little too quickly and ended up filing for bankruptcy. This is what we now refer to as the dot-com bust of the early 2000s.
So, Meredith, here's what we're going to do. We have clues about several of these businesses and their websites. For each question, you'll just need to tell us which website we're talking about.
And to make things more interesting, we have 8 of these questions. Meredith only needs to get 4 correct to win that fanny pack.
4 for the fanny, baby.
Meredith, how you feeling about it?
Oh boy. We'll see how I'm feeling. I'm still thinking about how I'm feeling.
Did you ever make a website on FreeWebs?
No, I missed that opportunity.
Free webs.
All right, well,
Didn't make one.
You did because they were bought out by Vistaprint and shut down.
That was it. Yeah. And nobody could find info on hurricanes, the Orlando Magic, or Christmas.
No one can.
3 very obscure topics that just Bran was covering. All right, here you go, Mayor. Here we go.
It was 3 different websites.
3 different websites. It wasn't Hurricanes Magic Christmas.
It wasn't a one-stop shop.
MagicHurricaneChristmas.com. It was right there.
That's actually not bad. Look, can you write that down? Let's work on that.
Let's get that URL, please. All right, Meredith, your first question here on .com busts. This online pet supplies company lost $147 million in the first 3 quarters of 2000. Many blaming the fact that the company just grew quicker than people were purchasing things online. While it failed, it paved the way for the success of companies like Chewy.com. Is it A, Doggo.com, B, Dogfishcat.com, C, Pets.com?
Oh, okay. Doggo is like too much of a millennial / Gen Z slang term for somebody's dog.
It's good elimination there. Yeah.
Out.
Hey, Doggo.
Pets.com feels like it should have taken off.
It should have taken off.
I feel like
So should have freewebs.com/Christmas guy.
That's right, yeah.
It didn't.
I feel like back in that time when we weren't oversaturated with websites for things like this, you wouldn't have had to branch out that much by naming your website Dogfish Cat.
Right.
So I'm just going to guess pets.com. We're going to try that one.
She's going to guess pets.com. She's going to try that one. And you know what? She's on the board.
Oh, my goodness.
She's on the board. Pets.com is what we're looking for, not, unfortunately, dogfishcat.com.
Which I'm curious if it's available.
Yeah.
Can we snag that domain?
Let's start just snagging domains.
Yeah.
Let's do that and see what happens. Meredith, you're on the board. You got one. You need 3 more for that fanny pack. The next question here on .com busts. This online grocery store delivery service was available in 8 cities and valued at over $1 billion in the year 2000. 18 months later, it closed its doors as it tried to scale into more cities, and many believe that a lack of experience in the supermarket space created a downward spiral for this vehicle named NetBiz. Is it A, webvan.com, B, godaddy.com, or C, growcar.com?
Okay. Pretty sure it's not GoDaddy. Webvan or Growcar. The most logical one to me sounds like Growcar, so we're going to go Growcar.
She's going to go Growcar, and she is incorrect. We're looking for something that sounds shady, like you're going to be kidnapped. It's webvan.com.
Someone launched a website in 2000 where they delivered groceries?
That's right.
And they called it Webvan?
That's right. They called it Webvan. And also, no one on their board of directors had any experience in the grocery business. And it was as soon as they
it was ahead of its time to begin with,
Yeah,
but that's definitely cards are stacked against you.
Definitely ahead of its time, for sure. I also feel like...
Webvan, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Webvan.
Also, and I want to make sure I got this right.
They threw 2 darts at a wall.
Van.
Web and
Well,
van.
you ordered on the web, and a van brings it.
a van.
Also, a fun fact about webvan.com, they didn't have a minimum, they charged no delivery fees and didn't have a minimum purchase.
Oh my goodness.
So they charged you a fee on what you bought, but like if you wanted a pack of gum, they'd bring it to you for free.
Wow.
Like the delivery was free. Yeah.
Van. Only people named Van.
Van Morrison, Van Jefferson, they'd work together. All right, here we go, Meredith. That's all right. You got 1 of 2. The ratio works there. You need 4 for the fanny pack. Your next question here on .com bus. In 1997, this online toy store outsold Toys R Us for the holiday season. By 2001, its stock was worthless as it was closing its doors, going bankrupt, and being acquired by KB Toys, which only meant a minor shift in letters name-wise. Is that A, toys4u.com, B, etoys.com, or C, toys.com?
Okay, I feel like toys would be hilarious. I don't think that's it. But I feel like somewhere in the recesses of my brain, I remember e-toys. And it could be a figment of my imagination. I'm going to go with e-toys.
She's going to go with e-toys. Is it a figment of her imagination? It is not.
Oh, thank goodness.
It is correct.
Amazing.
etoys.com is correct.
I'm fascinated by this story, how someone can go from outselling Toys R Us in 1997 to 2001 not having any worth. That's a crazy. You would think that they would continue to grow if 97 they were crushing it.
In doing research for this, it is a lot of these are shocking, but also there was such a wild west to this. Like the rules just weren't there, and so a lot of people took a lot of big swings, and it bit them bigly. It really bit them.
I imagine what maybe happened was Toys R Us saw this, created a website. Maybe they didn't have the web presence.
That's right.
And then they just they took
there you
it
have
out.
it.
That would be my guess.
But also the number of people ordering online for delivery at their house, just it wasn't the numbers that you would think.
Right.
All right, Mayor.
E-toys.
3 questions down. You got 2 right. You need 2 more to take home that Who What Win fanny pack and your once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Your next question here on .com Bus. Behind America Online and Yahoo, this was the 3rd largest web hosting service in the year 2000. Yahoo even purchased it for $3.6 billion. But it all came crashing down when platforms like MySpace and Facebook made web hosting services a lot less valuable. Is that A, Prodigy, B, GeoCities, or C, CompuServe?
Wow. If only my sister were here right now, because she's 6 years older and they all sound so authentic. I have no inclination toward any one of these, but GeoCities sounds like something someone in the 2000s would have, made up to sound cool and futuristic. So what the heck, GeoCities?
What the heck, GeoCities? Meredith, what if I told you all 3 of these things are something someone made up in the late 90s? 2 of them were internet providers, like America Online. Prodigy and CompuServe were internet providers. GeoCities was a web hosting platform, and you are correct.
It was a glorious time.
Meredith.
It was a glorious time over at GeoCities.
You got 3 right of the first 4, and all you need is 1 more for that fanny pack. Don't stop now.
I got to be honest. Yahoo had an amazing ability of buying companies that were going to go out of business.
Guessing wrong.
Spend so much money on failing businesses. So shout out Yahoo.
Shout out
Yahoo. Here we go. Next one, Mayor, for the fanny pack. Here it is. In trying to compete with other search engines and web hosting platforms, Disney got into the .com game and lost hard. They created this site, which was ready and set, but it never eclipsed even half of the monthly visitors of giants like AOL and Yahoo. Was that A, mousefind.com, B, lookmickey.com, or C, go.com?
Well, that was a clever clue with ready, set. So I'm going to guess go.com.
She's going to guess go.com. She is correct and has won the fanny pack here on Who What When.
She did it.
Meredith, .coms didn't stand a chance.
Phenomenal.
How do you feel?
I feel great. I chew a lot of gum, and I really need a place to store that gum. So this fanny pack is going to be my new bag for gum.
You heard it here, folks. That's how high the stakes were. She didn't have any place to put her gum.
She didn't have her, now she has a gum spot. And I'll just say this, Meredith. While the rest of your life is still unwritten, I have the first page right here, and it says...
Who What Win Champion of the Week.
That's exactly right, Dan. That's what it says. Congratulations, Meredith. And now it's time to say goodbye to the 2000s episode of Who What When. Thanks again to our callers, Meredith and Lee, for playing with us this week. And mad props to Meredith for being this week's Who What When champion.
Our producer is A.T. Shire. Our executive producer is Sean Birch, who is too busy updating his AIM away message to write something funny for this credit. This show is a production of South Carolina Public Radio and is made possible in part by listener contributions to the ETV Endowment of South Carolina.
Join us for a future episode of Who, What, When. Just call or text us at 803-470-6347 or send us an email to whowhatwhen@scpublicradio.org.
You can find out more about the show at our website, southcarolinapublicradio.org/whowhatwhen.
And you can listen to extended versions of the show in your favorite podcast app or through your smart speaker.
I'm Daniel Thompson.
And I'm Brandon Gray. Join us next week for more history, games, and trivia right here on Who, What, When.